Lack of competitiveness by South African companies could jeopardize their opportunities in securing major investment deals. And 3 people narrowly escaped death last night when their vehicle was hit by debris from a plane that had crashed in south of Pretoria. Ambosiswa Khadebo with the latest news update. President Jacob Zuma has warned that lack of competitiveness by South African companies could jeopardize the opportunities in securing major investment deals from the booming Mozambican economy. The president was speaking to the SABC after the conclusion of his 2-day state visit to the neighboring Southern African state. Mozambique's impressive growth rate has been attributed to the good performance by the industrial, retail, agricultural, transport and communications sectors. The country's economy has saw the surge of its exports, which had totaled $1.23 billion since the beginning of this year. President Zuma says whilst South African companies are major players in the Mozambican economy, they are still lacking a competitive edge over other multinational companies from emerging markets.
We are urging the South African companies to actually move and move decisively in terms of the investments in Mozambique. I think they've got to be innovative, they've got to see the opportunities, they've got to invest, they've got to dominate the SADC area, the South African companies. If they fail, other companies are going to come in. They will then find themselves having to take very smaller kind of portions.
Growth in both the motor manufacturing and the automotive component industries this year has seen employment numbers rising. In the component industry, about 6,000 new jobs have been created, while in the motor manufacturing industry, employment rose by 500. However, the industry is still trying to catch up to peak employment levels in 2008 before the recession and the global financial crisis. SA Automotive Components Industry Authority Executive Director Roger Pito.
We were hoping for an increase of exports by about 20% this year because we'd been down about 40% from the peak. I think we'll wind up at about 10% up instead of 20%. So that relates to the European economic crisis because 2/3 of our component exports go to Europe anyway.
The Correctional Services Department has confirmed that apartheid assassin Eugene de Kock is to be considered for parole. Spokesperson Phumlani Nia says the hearing has been postponed. He wasn't able to confirm a new date. De Kock, along with fellow hit squad killer Ferdy Bernard, are among a number of inmates affected by a ruling made by the High Court in Pretoria in July. It stipulates that anyone sentenced to life imprisonment before October 1, 2004 must automatically be considered for parole after serving 13 years. And lastly, 3 people narrowly escaped death last night when their vehicle was hit by debris from a plane that had crashed on the R55 outside the Swartkop Raceway south of Pretoria. The 2 occupants of the plane died on the scene before the paramedics arrived. ER24 emergency spokesperson Vanessa Jackson has confirmed that the 3 suffered only minor injuries. She says both male occupants in the plane were declared dead on the scene. Jackson says it is believed that the plane was traveling from the training school nearby when it tried to perform an emergency landing. Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak Option 1.